Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome back in Steel Division 2. And we are finally there. We are starting the Allied Divisions review. And we are going to start with the Yugoslavian division NOV. So some might say, why did you include the Yugoslavian division with the Allied forces and not with the Soviets? And the answer to that is that basically, despite the fact that Yugoslavia was actually a communist state, it was independent from the Soviet Union, and it remained independent after World War II. So that's why it makes more sense to include it with the Allied division. Now, it's mentioned here that this division is led by the famous Yugoslavian leader Joseph Tito, and the game here represents this division in a particular time, which is during Operation Russelsprung. And it's mentioned also that this division is in a size of a mountain division, and it has lots of captured weapons, basically from the Germans and from the Italian. These weapons are mostly anti-tank guns and anti-tank weapons, plus some French and Italian tanks, like the L640 or the R35 or the CV33. And the division is backed up by the Royal Air Force, British Air Force. It's also mentioned here that this division is flexible partisan group. That is all what is written here about this division. Of course, I did my own research. The NOV obviously is an abbreviation for a bigger Yugoslavian word, which is a bit difficult to pronounce. But the full English translation for it is basically People Liberation Army and Partisan Units of Yugoslavia. And it was indeed led by Marshal Joseph Tito during World War II. However, the estimated numbers of these partisan troops were around 500,000 men, and it consisted of almost 50 divisions in 1944. So summing all of these units into a single division sounds a bit inaccurate to me. The NOV were created by the Communist Party in 1941, and indeed their weapons were mostly stolen from the enemy. Now, in 1944, Germany launched Operation Russelsprung to capture or kill the partisan leader Marshal Joseph Tito, because the partisan group had really annoyed the German forces at that region, and they wanted to eliminate them for good. But the operation failed due German failure of intelligence, and also because the outside support from the Allied and of course from the Soviets as well. That's all what I have about this division. Let's move on to see how did we build this division. Okay everyone, this is the NOV division, and as usual I'm setting this division in the balanced income. This division is really good when it comes to infantry, but it also very bad when it comes to tanks. It has some good anti-tank weapons, and of course it has some good air support. Let's jump in to the recon tab, and we have lots of varieties here when it comes to recon infantry. So we have this unit, which basically can work in close combat as well as long range and medium range. And on top of that, it has two Molotov cocktails, which can be used in close combat. So it has a strength of 12. The stealth is exceptional. So I think this is one of the best units in the NOV division. Izvidachi or Konjichi Izvidachi. If I'm getting the name correctly, I'm not sure about the pronunciation, but you get the idea. So that's why I chose one of these in phase A. I actually bought this unit in phase A, B, and C as well, as we can see here, because I think it's a very good unit. Other than this unit, we have normal recon squad, which consists of 4 people, and we have Sniperi also as well. And I could have added 1 Sniperi card or 1 sniper unit cards, but I have used lots of cards in this tab, so I decided to put the Blinda, which is a recon vehicle that usually it's available with the Fallschirmjäger in this game, but it's also available here with this division. And for a division that lacks tanks, you need to put anything that you get your hands on. So I put this light vehicle here. Now moving to the infantry tab, as I mentioned, we have lots of choices. So we do have this Bombassi, which is basically something like Pioneers. It is good in medium range, and it has explosives. As we can see here, it has 9 frag shells, which makes it very powerful in CQC combat. So that's why I added 1 card from these in phase A. And then we have this Borsi, and it's basically a long to medium range unit that I included in phase A and phase B as well. And I only had 16 guys in phase A, and that's because I already have also other units from the recon tab which can work with these. So I prefer to put as much infantry as I can in later phases, mainly phase B. So I added 1 card from this Borsi in phase B, and we have this cool unit which has good medium and close range, as well as Molotov cocktails, and it has the Raiders trait as well. And basically the Raiders trait, as it's mentioned here, makes the unit avoid suppression behind enemy lines, and they get plus 50% stealth bonus. So I use this unit in phase B, which is very good in close combat as well. Then we added 1 commander which has Bayats with him. So far none of the units we added had any anti-tank, so that's why I added 1 card of this Proletari in phase B, which has Panzerfaust, and it has a strength of 10, and it also has MG34, I believe captured MG34s. So it was a good choice to have in phase B, and of course I added them vetted. Then we have this Borsi again in phase C, as I mentioned. And then I added 1 Pioneer card in phase C, and then 1 Proletari card in phase C, which also has the bazookas, the Panzerfausts. Now we seem like to have well-balanced infantry here, so I made sure to keep CQC units in phase A and long-range units in phase A as well, and I did the same practice in phase B and phase C, with adding some extra units just to make this division good in case we run out of infantry. So I was able to put 98 infantry unit, which is not bad for this infantry division. Now we have other choices here, like the Lovchi Tinkova, and this is basically a unit of 6 strength, and it has lots of anti-tank weaponry. But I did not use this. It's cheap also, but the strength of the unit led me to not to choose it. And we have more Borsi and lots of commanders. We have this unit as well, which I did not use. It has a strength of 13, but it operates on bolt action rifle mostly, so that's why I did not take it. More binaries, and we have this Bodraska, which has a strength of 7, but it has Bren machine guns. So lots of choices here. It depends on how you want to set up your division. We have more leaders, one American and one British. So yeah, that's how I choose to set up the infantry tab. Let's move to the tank tab, which is the worst in this division. The strongest tank that you have is this S35. And I used one card from these. And other than this, I didn't actually think that any of these will make any difference, and they will not be useful, so I decided to save the slots. Moving to the support tab, and we have some cool options here. We have this gun, which is basically 65mm, and it has heat shields and HE shields as well. And the heat shields goes for 1250. It has lower penetration, but it can work against light vehicles. And then we have this HE shields, which work in 1500 meter. The best thing that it has 12 rounds per minute. So I decided to take one of these in phase A and another one card in phase B. And I had the MG42 unit, which is having better range than any other machine gun, 1250 meter. I added one commandant, and then I added one supply truck. There is another type of the machine guns here that has this 8mm Breda, but I did not use that. And this is also a mortar, close mortar, that you can use. I did not use that as well. And other than this, nothing really here that you can take. There is this L3 35, but it would be useless basically. It's very weak and very slow, and it only has an MG. So moving to the anti-tank tab, we do have lots of anti-tank choices here. So we have this Brot M49 47mm, which is a really cool gun. It has 20 rounds per minute. It is really good when it comes to the firing speed. It has this AB shells, which has penetration of 65 meter and a range of 1250 meter, and it has the 47mm HE shells, which also work in the same range, and it has this rate of fire. So the rate of fire is the best thing about this gun. So I took one card in phase A, and I took one card from the 50mm back. Basically, this is stolen from the Germans, which of course has good penetration and also good range. And I took this 75mm in phase C, which has penetration of 190mm. This is back 40 basically, and this is back 38. So and also I got one of these, which has the it says here bazooka, but it's actually bayet. Yeah, it's mentioned down bayet, which has 6 shells, and it can come on a motorcycle. So yeah, I prefer to take one of those. We have another option here with an anti-tank rifle, but the Bayet will do the job. So this is how I configure the anti-tank tab. Moving to the anti-air, we don't have many choices, only 2 choices, 2 cards, 2 slots. So we have this 20mm, which I put in phase A, and then we have the 76mm anti-air gun, which can also be used as an anti-tank gun, and we used 1 card in phase B. In the artillery also, we don't have so many choices. We have this 75mm howitzer, and we have another version from it which has 100mm, but I choose to take this one. It has a good rate of fire, plus it's very cheap, so I got one in phase A and one in phase B. That gives me 9 of these, so I didn't actually need to use the mortar this time, and I saved more slots. In the air tab, we have lots of support from other nations. So in terms of fighter, we have 3 choices of fighters here. We have this British fighter, but it has I don't really recommend this heavy fighters in this game. It has like the worst agility. It's literally mentioned here, the worst, so I didn't take it. And then we have the Mustang and the Spitfire, one from UK and one from Finland. So I choose to take the one, I didn't take either. I choose to take the Mustang because the Mustang actually comes in phase A, but these 2 guys comes in phase B. And this is from Greece. It's not from Finland. My mistake. So yeah, so basically I choose one fighter card, and then I decided to take also bombers as much as I can, because here we lack tanks, and the best choice for us is basically to use the anti-tank weapons or to use the air units. So that's why I tried to put as much as I can from these bombers. And we have this bomber here, which have 2 bombs that carry 907 kilogram. So this is really a good bomber, and it costs 140, so I took one of these in phase A. And then we have other heavy bombers like the Baltimore, which has 4 bombs from this 227 kilogram, and I took 1 card in phase B as well. 2 cards, 8 bombers in phase B. We do have this one as well, but it's not a big difference. So these what I decided to take. These have the heaviest bombs. So then I decided to take 1 card from the Hurricane MK IV, which is basically a tank buster, and then another one which has rockets. So I took all what I can here to destroy the tanks, because we don't have proper tanks in this division. There is also this one, but it was a bit expensive, and I ran out of slots. If I got another slot, maybe I would have used one of these. So that's how I configured this division, or that's how I build this division. Now let's move on to see how this division perform in a real battle. I played multiple games with this division, and I choose this time to present 2 games actually. One is short, or both of them are somehow short. So I got the chance to basically show this division in different type of battles. So that's why I'm showing both battles here. So let's jump and see how this division performed in these two battles. So guys, here we go. This is the first game that we have here. So let's take this side, for example. And I am playing here against a guy called Stardekk. So I'm playing on the right side of the map, and he's playing on the left side of the map. And we have started to deploy our units. And of course, he started deploying lots of M8s, which people usually use to make this game fast, or to rush, basically. We are going to see why this game was a short game, and that's because of the mistake my opponent did. So he started here with this M8s, some units, infantry units, and an MG. Here he started a tank, a Sherman, I believe. He's playing with the second Blindy, one of the divisions that I don't like in this game because it's, I believe it's very OB, but we will come to it when we will try to evaluate this division. And of course he's playing as a Maverick. That's why he will try to do a big rush here. So two anti-tank coming next to each other. But he was not able to destroy anything. But on my side here, I was able to kill one of his transports. Only one. But he still keep pushing here so hard. In that side, he tried to push an M8, but it got destroyed. And everything else is calm. Okay, let's see this gun. It has really some cool rate of fire, 20 rounds per minute. But it was destroyed, of course, because of these M5s. But I have lots of units here to suppress his rush. He's using a mortar to support his quick advance or quick rush here. Lots of guys who play this Maverick income try to use this kind of exploit at the start of the game. And that's thanks to the fact that the Maverick income, as I mentioned before, is a really an OB income that allows you to exploit these kinds of things. But let's see if he will be successful here. Okay, he laid smoke fire because he wants to advance further. So he's moving his infantry units. And he's doing so good so far. Trying to move forward. And here also he was able to take control of this flag. And he has the road open to advance here. 12 flag to 12 so far. Okay, now I put one of the heavy bombers This is going to cause lots of damage to him. Indeed, it destroyed a lot of his infantry units. And I'm pushing the light vehicles, the Blinda here, trying to suppress any units coming from this side. Still, he's stacking lots of units through that bridge, trying to cross. And he wants to do the same here, maybe. He's pushing more mortars. I don't have good tanks, and the second Blindy is well known with tank spam, Shermans, and other type of light vehicles like this one. So he's trying to push harder. He has now all his units here in the front. Still 12 flag to 12 flag though. All what I need to do is basically hold in phase A and phase B against this rush, and then I will be able to turn this over. Trying to advance an anti-tank gun here. Maybe I can hunt this Sherman. Let's see. I also started deploying artillery because he has lots of mortars basically. So we need something to counter those. Deploying lots of anti-tank guns. But to be honest, he has lots of infantry. Let's see if this Baya team can hunt this Sherman here. Not sure. I think not. Very bad situation. Still trying to hold this hill. And I'm pushing this S35, which is a bit of a useless tank, but this is all what I have. What can I do in this division? Okay, this 80 is now in position, but still it cannot. It should be able to see the tank, as we can see here from the line of sight. But I talked about before. I talked before about the line of sight and how it's kind of broken or had issues. So it's not able to fire. Okay, he's trying to make a foothold in this area by pushing lots of tanks and light tanks also. And I'm basically deploying all the anti-tank I have in my inventory, plus some of these S35 tanks. And at the same time, I'm trying to target his mortars. He's trying to target my anti-tank weapons here, using the mortars. Okay, I guess I got some of his tanks here, and I got the Sherman as well, using this anti-tank. Let's see if we can get this one as well. Okay, he's advancing lots of tanks here. And he right away reverse his tanks. He withdraw because He saw the threat of the anti-tanks here, but now he is able to neutralize my anti-tanks in this area, and he has a good chance to advance. It's still 12 flag to 12 though, and I am able so far to hold, and we are almost about to finish phase A. Again, heavy bomber P-26 is coming. Let's see if it can destroy something this time. And I was able to take control of this jungle. It did not do much damage because he started moving his units. But then his Sherman meets this S-35. Of course, these are super weak, but yeah, I lost both of them. We have an air combat here between the Mustang and the Spitfire. The Mustang, I believe, is faster, but the Spitfire has, I think, better agility. Yeah. But then we have this anti-air. I draw him to this anti-air specifically so I can kill the Mustang, kill the Spitfire. Now he will run, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, Mustang head to head with the Spitfire. Are we able to destroy it? Or he will be able to run? I think he will be able to escape. Yeah, he escaped. Okay, during this time, I was able to destroy his tank using the Hurricane MK. Some of his tanks, at least. And that's when he decides to leave. And that's because his rush did not go as expected. And I was able to hold not so many kills. He had 705 and I had 605 kills. He basically calculated it and thought that if he stayed longer he will not achieve the results that he wants, so maybe that's why he dropped. And it was a bad rush, but then we were able to hold. So most of the kills basically related to the infantry and of course the Shermans. They destroyed a lot, as we can see here. So my kills, this MG42 was able to kill his mortars and also Panzerschreck team or bazooka team that he has. I was able to destroy some of his vehicles also using my Beats. And destroyed some of his tanks as well using this 47mm gun and using the Hurricane. So yeah, that's how the game went. Bad rush, which ended the game for this guy. So he decided to leave. Now we will move to the second game and see how it went. So guys, this is the second game that we have. in this video, and we saw how in the first game Bad Rush did not go well or as expected. So this time we are playing against a guy called Sasha, and he started deploying his units on the left side. He's playing in blue and I am playing in red color. So let's see how this game went. This is also a shorter game than it would be. So as I said, I decided to include 2 games because they better showcase this division rather than include a long one. So we both deployed our units and the game had started. And he's playing with the 78 Storm in a balanced income. And that's basically interesting because the 78 Storm has one of the best infantry units in the game. And it also has some good support fire. So I started with a Bayat, and I was able to destroy his first vehicle. He's trying to push hard here and here as well. With the support of a Layeg 18. And he has some Stugs and T-26, so another kind of rush. But of course the B-26 comes right away, but he was prepared this time. He had his Messerschmitt BF-109 destroying my precious B-26, but I was able at least to get rid of his infantry before he does this. Here also he tried to put a Storm Pioneer to take this flag, and it's only 1 unit. He lost his advancing tanks here thanks to this Back 38. He has 14 flag and I only have 10 thanks to this rush. I lost my anti-tank gun here, the Back 38, but I still have these 2 support guns. So he is pushing this Stug here, trying to take out my 20mm anti-air. Not sure if he's gonna make it or not. In the center, he is trying to advance his units, but he's not able to. Now the flags turn away to 13 to 11 to me because I have control of this flag, and I'm pushing this Blenda here to try to kill his Storm Pioneer. But he was able to destroy that anti-tank. I did a mistake by not deploying any unit here since the beginning. And he was able finally to take down this anti-air. Good maneuver from Sasha's side by attacking from here. The Blendas come, trying to destroy the Storm Pioneers, which hide behind smoke. In the north, he tried to push hard also to take this flag. I destroyed one of his SDK FV, his mechanized vehicle. So now he is advancing units, plus he has this T-26 trying to destroy this Bayat team. In the south, he's attacking my support guns using his BF-109. And now we both have the same number of flags. So there are fights in all fronts now. We were able to get rid of the Storm Pioneer here, and we are pushing this Blenda to support. In this side, he's trying hard to get this flag. So I pushed 2 tanks. Not sure if they're gonna make it. These are too slow. He has lots of fighters. So let's see if I will be able to destroy these fighters or not. I'm trying to get that BF-109, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. But I was able to get this one. So he lost one of his fighters now. That's good. He realizes that this NOV division has less effective tanks. That's why he's relying on tank support. Big Lit Pioneers, one of the best pioneers in the game. And these guys can make a difference and take this flag. Let's see. And finally he was able to neutralize my infantry in this area. So Sasha now has 13 flag and I have only 11. Okay, he pushes the Stug again, but this time I am prepared with an anti-tank gun. So he tries to back down. Let's see if I will be able to destroy this tank, and yes, it's gone. Trying also to hunt the T-26 with the Bayat, but it's too far. Of course, the Big Lit Pioneers were able to clear my Pioneers in this area. Time to push on the north now to take back that flag. So I'm sending 2 S-35 tanks and 2 anti-tanks. But I'm not aware about this League 18, which can cause some damage to these anti-tanks. Let's see. Okay, trying to get rid of this MG42, and we have here also the Bag 38 trying to destroy this Stug. And I believe it can. Oh. So he tried to escape and he was able to escape. So we have a Lieg here that is targeting this Blenda and destroys one of them, and I am trying to get rid of the Big Lit Pioneers. They are pretty strong. In the south, things looks more calm. Trying to push more units to secure this area. And we destroyed the Lieg, that's good. But in the north, the Lieg 18 is trying to target this 47mm. Actually, it's trying to target the S-35 tanks, which are in a bad position. So that's why I'm trying to withdraw or advance at least to this village to break the line of sight. Okay, these two guys now are going to try to target this one, but I'm not sure if they can. Their impact or is not as strong as it should be. That's why I pushed one B-26, but he is always prepared with the BF-109. And I think he's gonna destroy this one as well. Too bad. Okay, the S-35 again is the T-26. And it loses. This is supposed to be a medium tank. Let's see if it can get this one. Wow. Tanks in this division are really bad. We've lost both of them. $12 to 12. Okay, I'm pushing the Mustang. The Mustang is fast, so I'm not sure if it will be able to reach the Messerschmitt, the BF-109. Yeah, but the anti-air makes a difference here. And I was able at least to get this T-26. And I lost the Mustang thanks to the anti-air. Deploying artillery to get rid of the mortars. This 75mm artillery, which is cheap in this division. Something that is good to rely on. Still no luck in the south. And now Sasha is pushing Storm Pioneers, which are going to cause lots of trouble to this Bombasi here. Targeting the anti-air and trying to destroy the Stug, but there is an anti-air here. Center looks calm. The north also calm. I'm deploying more units, trying to get that flag. Fighting is in the south now, with the Storm Pioneers coming this way, but he lost them. Okay, we were able to get rid of these Storm Pioneers. Advancing this anti-tank gun here. He's pushing some good infantry here, this Schutzen, and with a leader also. These are pretty good bombers. This GU-188, it is really heavy. It has 2,000 kilograms. Very heavy. And he's targeting all my units here, trying to destroy the anti-air and the support guns, which have been annoying him in this southern flank. On the north, I'm trying to get back this flag. He's pushing one Stug here, and I have no anti-tank. Again, pushing the Mustang here, trying to get rid of this BF-109. Okay, I got in the back of this. Oh. But the Mustang failed this time. But I think he will lose it. He went deep inside the anti-air. He has to lose it. It would be strange if he doesn't lose this. He got away. That's nice. These anti-air are really bad. So the Mustang now is going for the BF 109. And he loses the Stug thanks to this Hurricane. Big air combat here. Okay, I decided to escape. He also decided to take back his BF 109. Sasha has some good concentrated infantry in this area, which he can use to push. And finally we are able to get back the flag in the north. So 13 flag to 11. Two S-35 tanks are pushing here, trying to destroy this Panzer T-26, which is basically a Russian or Soviet light vehicle, T-26, but it's captured. And finally, we got rid of it. So pushing more infantry, and we have a chance here to get this flag in the south. And we pushed one unit here, this Borsi, to take this flag. He has the Stormschützen, but these are very good in close combat only. They don't have a long range weapon, so he has no chance here. Baltimore MKV trying to target, I think, this leg, but it fails. Sasha already started pushing his Biglet Pioneers in this way. Okay, we deploy this 76mm here, which is an anti-air and anti-tank as well. But this one is going to be a threat for this 76mm, the 28mm Panzerpuche 41. But I think it's out of range. That's why. This was unnecessary from my side, but I think I got scared because and now he decided to leave because things were going into opposite direction. Basically, for him it was not going well for Sasha. So 102,060 kills and 1,185 kills. So almost close. So the best kills here were by the Bak 38, destroyed lots of vehicles and lots of armored units. I believe this was in the center or in the south, I'm not sure. And then we have this B-26 heavy bomber that destroyed this units. And then we have the Blenda here. The light vehicle took lots of his units as well. The Bombasi here did really good job by destroying all these Storm Pioneers and one Biglet Grenadier as well. And some tank buster like the Hurricane was able to destroy the Stug. And of course the heavy bombers did some good job. From his kills, he mainly used the fighters here. He relied heavily on fighters trying to destroy my bombers, but it didn't work all the time. He got two of the heavy bombers though. He deployed some legs, which did some good job. This Chudzin unit destroyed lots of infantry, and of course the Biglet Pioneer did good job in the middle. Other than this, there is nothing out of the ordinary. Again, another bush that did not work. Basically, I hope that both of the games that I shared today were good to showcase the NOV division. And thank you for watching, and see you in future games that we will review for the Allied division.